My name is Chidu Dogu, but you can just call me Chi or Chifyechi.
So how did you get Chifyechi?
Well, that's a funny ass story. So, one of my homeboys, PJ, I don't know if y'all know him, PJ Dozier, plays for Boston Celtics now. Shout out to that. Good deal. But yeah, so like, man, you know that goddamn 2 Chainz verse off of All Me. I think it's All Me. No, what's that song called? Is it All Me? With Drake and
yeah.
Man, then he said Chief by Chi. No, he said Give Von Chi and God bless you. So what's it called? Yeah, and then PJ just started calling me Chief by Chi out of nowhere, cause like we used to play basketball together.
Where you from originally?
Well, originally, my parents are from Nigeria, but I was born in Denver, Colorado. But I would say I'm from here, man, South Carolina. Cause I'm a red, so I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. I say I'm from here because I moved here about like 2001. So then I was only like 4 or 5, about to turn 5. So yeah, I say like my identity grew here. So I'm from here.
Yeah. Right, so what part of South Carolina?
Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah. I moved to like Spring Valley Apartments. That's when it was the hood though. It was on some real crazy shit, like on the news every day type shit. And yeah, then we moved really like across the fence to this nice neighborhood. So yeah, it was a little level up.
Alright, yeah. So what was it like growing up in Columbia?
Man, like what age period? Like, what do you mean, like growing up?
Let's talk about high school years.
Like high school?
Yeah.
I mean, my high school days, like growing up here, was like, I was really like a baller's life ass motherfucker. Like, I was like that person that would get up and tweet, rise and grind, and really go to the gym type shit. But nah, man, like it's really just been like high school was really just like basketball type shit for me. Like I was just traveling with AAU, and yeah, man, just grinding that way. But then like I start popping out on the scene, like just going out to places like ever since I was like a jit though. So like the way that shit shaped me, like my brother, he used to take me to clubs when I was like 6 years old. Weird as fuck, bro. Like first grade, like I would be staying out with my brother who was I want to say he was like 17 then. But yeah, he'll take me to like parties and shit, and I would just like chill in the car, or like sometimes I would just like stand outside with whoever outside. Like it was so weird, but like the culture back then was so crazy, man. It was like that's when Pastor Troy was popping. That's when T.I. was going crazy. Like, man, it was really like a lot of down south shit popping. So like the music was crazy, but like I didn't really know about like local music until like middle school, I would say. But like, of course, like nobody was bumping like underground shit back then. Honestly, it was nothing but mainstream music being played everywhere, because it was like really hard to even hear shit like that. But yeah, like the culture of like top flight parties, goddamn it. Like I know everybody who lives in Columbia know about goddamn top flight parties. But yeah, that used to be the move, and that shit shaped the culture a lot here.
Before this, you would say your passion was basketball?
Yeah.
So what drew you to the game of basketball?
I would say Allen Iverson. Like yeah. I just like randomly saw him on TV. Like I don't know what I was doing, but like I was like, yo, that shit's so cool. Like how you do that shit. But then like I just started to play basketball. My brother taught me a lot. Yeah.
What position you play?
I played point guard. Yeah.
So the general.
Yeah.
So when would you say you was first introduced to hip hop?
I would say I was first introduced to hip hop. I don't know how old I was, but it was whenever Through the Wire by Kanye came out. Yeah, that's a fact, because like before, like growing up, I was in Denver, Colorado, and Augusta, Georgia. Like we was just listening to like alternative rock and pop music and shit. Like not everything that my mom and like big sister would listen to, basically.
That's clean.
Yeah, like all that shit. So then like I woke up one morning to the TV on, and it was MTV playing, and it was Through the Wire. Like I don't know how old I was, but I just remember like I kept on like just waiting for that song to come back on, and it never came back on. And I got in trouble for being awake too late.
Who would you say influenced you? Like, who would you look to as influences?
Like celebrity-wise, just anybody.
Anybody?
I would say like the biggest influence was definitely like my mom and my oldest brother. Like my mom, she really just like works like low-key like 18 hours a day. Like it's crazy. So like she'll like go to work about like 3 o'clock and then she won't come home until like 10 a.m. the next day. Like it's crazy. So like I was just like, damn, like she really, it took me a while to understand that as a kid, that's what she was doing, like really just going to work and like doing this for us, like so we can live this way type shit. But like, yeah, man, she really inspired me because like she just really like busts her ass for the people around her, and like she's so selfless to me. Like, so like that's my big inspiration. Like my mom, and then my oldest brother, him and my other brother Isaac, and my oldest sister as well. But like Isaac, my other brother, he really taught me to be myself. Like, cause like I would like before, like when I was a kid, like I always used to be like, oh yeah, that's nice, I want to be like that. But then he was like, no, JD, you want to be like this, like be yourself. So like, yeah, he's the person who really put it in my head that like, if you just be you, then that's good too. Like, just be you. So yeah.
Alright, cool. So what about celebrity-wise?
Celebrity-wise, man, it had to be Kanye. Like, like as bad as that sounds now, because like everything going on with him, but like it's definitely Kanye was like my biggest celebrity inspiration. Right in front of Diddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Diddy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Sometimes
man.
Sometimes I wake up and I gotta listen to him. So get my blood pumping.
Diddy is who I feel like everybody should strive to be like past, or him, like, or at that level. Like he's really like, I feel like he's like all around just great. What he do, work ethic, people around him, vibes, perfect.
Around what time did you realize you wanted to go into media?
I realized that my senior year, like on some funny shit, like my freshman year English teacher, Miss Boucher, like she was like, at orientation, she said, hey, I signed you up for my class. I said, what class? And she was like, for the newsroom. Like, so like I'll be on the morning show. I was like, nah, don't do that. And I came out to her like, stop, don't do that. I even like a week into the class, I even went to go get my schedule changed, and then they said they didn't have anything else for me. So I was like, fuck, I just gotta be in this class then. So then I ended up being the sports anchor for my high school, and then like I was just like, yo, like this shit fun. Like I like bringing news. Like I like bringing light to things. So I was like, you know, I want to continue to do this shit. So then came up with the Reach, followed like right after my brother came in the room and was like, hey, you need to like brand yourself. Like you about to graduate high school, you about to go into college. Like the fuck you gonna do in college? Like what are you even about to major in? So then like that's what happened.
The Reach. How did that get started?
The Reach got started with me and Vincent, Lil Final Flash. We was just chilling in my room, and we got a phone call from one of our homeboys, and like he was like, bro, listen to this fucking song, bro, listen to this song. So like he played it to us on FaceTime. He was like, yo, this shit hard as fuck. It was like, bro, nobody gonna hear this shit though. He was like, but this shit is so hard, but like we feel like nobody's gonna hear it or nobody's gonna fuck with it because they don't know who you are. So then I was like, bro, I wanna make a platform to where people can be like heard from everybody. Like this is where you go if you want to hear something, like a specific thing, which is good music. So that's where I came up with the Reach. And then like I was just thinking in a journalistic view because I was like still in sports anchor class by then. So then I was like, I really wanted to be more of like 106 in Park. That's how I started off thinking. I was like, I wanted to be like 106 in Park, like So like we had a couple of interviews to start off with. We had a music video countdown. Like I was really just like on that whole, I wanted to be this type of way. But then I like started to realize, I was like, yo, nah, this shit gotta be its own thing. Like I can't really go off of what somebody else did.
You gotta create your own
look,
man.
Exactly.
Good to get inspiration from.
Yeah.
Create your own
exactly. So then I started just picking off from just like the most random things. Like I could watch like a cartoon show and I'd be like, oh shit, like I could do that. But like, yeah, I had to stop looking for things to compare ourselves to, and then just really just start doing it. Yeah.
So let's go to the name. Like, why did you all pick the name The Reach in particular?
Well, it went through a couple names. Like,
all right, I need to hear these first ones.
the first couple of names that it went through, like before it even came to Reach, was like, I thought of like the neighborhood, and I was like, no, not the neighborhood. And I was like, and then I just started thinking of like just all like, I don't know, like South Carolina based things. And then I was like, I said I'm gonna call it The Reach. And then when I said I was gonna call it The Reach, I was thinking about like, it's gonna reach people. Like it's gonna, like, this is going to reach people that we wanted to be, that you wanted to reach. So like, yeah, I can't even really explain how it came of The Reach, but it just felt nice when I said it. Like, I was just like The Reach, but it was called The Reach 803 at the time, and then we transformed to The Reach TV.
So what made you like make the name change from The Reach 803 to just straight on The Reach?
The change happened because I would say like I felt trapped with that name. Like I could only do things here, be here, and do things for only the people here. And yeah, I talked over that with the business consultant that I had before, and she was just like, yeah, it's definitely worth the change, because you're really subjugating yourself strictly to South Carolina or Columbia. So I was like, yeah, I wanna help everybody. Like, exactly. And like if I base myself here, the attention is going to come here. So like, and it's easy, like if you get the attention of them, so that you could bring the attention to us. So that's what the big plan was, like, to begin with the name change. And a lot of people thought that shit was like we were saying fuck South Carolina, like when we dropped the 803, which is the weirdest thing.
Especially people from 803, they ain't, especially people from Carolina, they ain't had nothing like that before, right?
Yeah.
So you bringing something brand new to the table. So like they probably got defensive over it. They look
like they really did.
That's us. That's ours right there. The Reach 803.
Yeah.
You dropped that 803. It's probably like, oh.
Yeah.
803 no more.
But nah, man, that's not what it was at all. Like, because like I wanted people to understand that we had to make it a global thing to get the attention that we deserve, because the globe will be looking here. The overall goal for The Reach right now really is to just make sure that we get people attention that they deserve. So like people like Pussy Power, who we just did a little recap on. They've been doing like great events. They've been holding the culture together in Atlanta, like for women, like this whole time. Like really uplifting like shit. Like that's the shit that people need to be paying attention to. Not that, like, the thing about The Reach, I don't want to promote none of that gossip bullshit, none of that like shade room shit, none of that academic shit. Like just like, oh, Lil Pump is hanging out with Lil Yachty, great news. Like, I don't want to do that. That's not us. Like with The Reach, we really want to talk about what we feel is important that people need to know.
What would you say was your most memorable interview?
Most memorable interview. Wow, the first one that came to mind was Freddie P interview. People don't even know that shit existed, yo. That's one thing that people don't even know that shit existed. That shit, it was really up for like 2 weeks, and then it was taken down.
That's a wild boy.
Bro, this man stood on the couch and started dancing like middle of the interview. Like, put music on his phone and stood on the couch and started dancing.
That's a wild boy.
Craziest shit ever, bro.
Yeah, I just actually started following him, by the way.
Yeah,
like
that
a
dude.
month ago. And I was like, yeah, right.
Bro, like he's our boom gang.
Yeah, he is on character.
But he's his own thing. Like that's Fred. Like,
and people like
that man.
And that draws people in.
Yeah, exactly.
So
all those followers real now. Every last one of those.
So I understand that you're a media company. You got Chi Media, right?
Yeah.
All right. So what all falls underneath that?
Chi Media is the real entertainment company, and The Reach TV is just a show. So the Reach TV is a show and a media outlet, but Chi Media is the actual entertainment company. So with Chi Media, it owns rights to In Color Magazine, the Reach TV, and Final Flash Radio. We have like the resources of getting people to these places or with these kind of people for them to get their ideas and points across.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's what Chi Media serves its purpose as. So like somebody can like come with like a crazy show idea, and then they're like, bro, like I got this crazy idea, and then like they could come to me with it, and then we could supply them with the certain things that we offer, and then it's all theirs. Like that's 1,000% their creativity. Like really, that's what I really like express with my team. Like yeah, as long as we have like a clear direction of where we want to go to, then do whatever the hell you want with it.
So talk to me about Reach Fest. Like when did it all get started?
Oh, well, like the first I guess you call this one a Reach Fest, but it was St. Patrick's Day of 2017. We threw a party in a backyard. We called it a darty. It was a day party. We threw a darty in the backyard at 5 Points. It was on St. Patrick's Day. So like everybody was just like walking through, and then we had I think like 5 performers. We had Liddy. I think Tommy performed too. Like we always show love to them. Liddy, Tommy, Steez, and we had Terrence Escobar come from Atlanta, Georgia to perform. And yeah, that's how the first Reach Fest went. But yeah, Reach Fest now is basically something that we're gonna do every, I would say, season. So like one time every season. And yeah, man, it's just gonna be festival vibes. It's just gonna be open area, grass field, and food. But we didn't have that last time because they flaked on us. But we're gonna have food, vendors, yeah, and great performers. And the headliners are gonna get bigger and bigger every year.
So how was it putting together something like Reach Fest? Like how did the idea like come into your mind where you was just like, let me throw a festival? What made you actually think about throwing a festival?
Well, shout out to my team, man, because we have meetings every Tuesday, and like it was just one of those Tuesdays where like I was just like, yo, we gotta come up with an event and we gotta do this shit big. Like we gotta go all out. So then like everybody was just throwing in ideas, and then somebody was like, we should just do it in like an open area and just like bring the party there. I can't remember who said that. I want to say it was Mecca. It was either Mecca or Alex that said that. I don't know. But yeah, so like we just came up with that, and then yeah, we really just went with it.
How important is networking?
Oh my goodness. Networking, man. Networking is the broad statement of it, but it's really communication, bro. Like it's like presentation. Like how are you gonna present yourself and like talk to this person? So like networking is huge, bro. Like I can't stress it enough that like if you have an opportunity to speak to somebody, do it. Like and if they not like fucking with you speaking to them, then that's cool. Like then you just give them their space, let them be them. Like that's why people have social media and cards for if you scared to run up and talk to somebody. But really, in-person networking is the best that you can ever do. So like honestly, I'll give you an example. Like I was just in Atlanta for 5 days, but I only went out for like 3 days. Within those 3 days, like I talked to I don't know how many fucking people, but I end up getting connected like that, like with certain people, with certain things. So like it's really just like people just have to talk and present themselves and show and prove. Mm-hmm. So like if you have something that you're networking about, don't do too much talking, just let them see. That's what networking really is. You really just gotta, it's show and tell. Like we grow up with the same shit that we did as kids, show and tell. Like you gotta show your work. And then once you show your work, then you can tell about it. Like don't tell and show.
And then show.
Yeah, show and tell.
So you was talking about social media.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how social media helped contribute, or would you say social media helped contribute to you building your brand?
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, social media and the internet is like the biggest marketing tool, advertisement platform ever. Like, so like the idea, like, it really helps when people like give you energy that you wanted back. So like that's what like social media can do, because like some people would talk to you on social media that would never talk to you in person, and they would never tell you that this is a good job like in person. So like social media really was like I would say like it helped me understand that we were going in the right direction, as well as like it got the word out. So like if somebody fucked with what we did, they genuinely fucked with what we did and they pushed it, which is the most, like, I'm forever thankful for that. Like people like who really fuck with it, they really fuck with it. So that's where the love really at. Like, yeah.
Why do you feel like it is important to share your platform with like these artists and also these creators?
What do you mean by share?
Like basically use your platform to help others, you know what I mean? Like you bring people into the Reach TV, and then also you have the countdown. So like you're bringing exposure to them. So it's kind of like helping, sharing. It's basically like sharing your platform, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. So like, wait, what are you asking though about that?
Basically like, why do you feel it's important?
Ooh, so like, there's certain people, or like a certain kind of person that like I would never like share my platform with. So like when it came to like interviews and stuff, people was like always asking like how much for an interview, how much for an interview. I was like, bro, I don't charge people for interviews. Like I pick who I want to interview. Like that's what we have to do. Like I'm so like, this is like my baby, so I don't want to paint my baby ugly. Like I want to have the most beautiful baby out there. Like for real. So like I'm not just gonna like put anything in it. Like I'm not gonna do none of that. So I'm very picky when it comes to our brand collabing with other people. So like if we collab with somebody, we genuinely fuck with them. Like I'm not like that, like money is really just like the second thing.
Do you feel like South Carolina music scene is slept on? If so, why?
Yeah, South Carolina music scene is definitely slept on. Of course. Cause like it's different. Like in South Carolina, you can go to Columbia, get a whole nother music section. You go to Spartanburg, get a whole nother music section. You go to Charleston, get a completely different music section. Like South Carolina has so much shit going on that I know that at least like every area somebody's going to pop like crazy. So like it's just really like people watching South Carolina right now though. Best believe eyes are in here right now. So like if South Carolina didn't have a big opportunity, they have it now. Like South Carolina as a whole has a big opportunity right now. Like everybody is looking into this right now. Like people are looking into Spartanburg heavily. Like you just seen like NG just get signed. What's called Slime Dollars. Yeah, Slime Dollars just got a music video with Cole Bennett. He's been doing crazy numbers, been linking with all these crazy rappers. And then you got Rennie Rucci in Columbia. She just shot a music video with Yachty. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like, yeah, it's crazy, man. Like people are watching South Carolina right now. So like, I honestly feel like it's gonna be a place where people can come and get talent, but they will take them somewhere else. I don't think that the talent scouts are going to literally keep them here, if that makes sense. And I feel like it's only like that because like it's like this is a retirement state. Like this is a retirement state. That's what South Carolina is labeled as. Like people come here when they retire, which is crazy. So like party scenes are different because they'll get shut down by authorities all the time because it's not supposed to be parties in here. Like period, shit like that. So like a lot of people don't even understand that. So like it's really gonna take like the city to see money into this like not just like this platform, but like this whole scene, this culture. They got to see money into it for them to even just be like, okay, y'all can have parties, y'all can do this, y'all can do that, because it'll bring the city money. But honestly, I feel like that's the only thing that's holding it back is really just the city buying into the vision, because everybody else is bought into it right now. You hear people bumping local people music every fucking day now. Like they putting it on their Snapchat. Like people are supporting their local rappers right now. They have not been. ever. Like, this is it right now. So it's really just the bigger ups that's holding the city back right now, honestly. But we moving. Like, everybody's moving.
Cool. Has there ever been a time when you almost quit? And what motivated you to keep going? If so.
Nah, there's never been a time that I almost quit. Like, ever. And I'm trying to say that in the most confident, most humble way ever. Like, there's never been a time that I was like, yo, I want to give this shit up, ever. And the reason why is because I feel like I am held accountable of so many people's success. And I don't mean that in like I'm the only person that can do it, but I'm the person who can help get that. So like, I don't know, I feel it's not even pressure, it's like motivation to like do the shit, because like I can help this person if I make it. I can help that person if I make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I help my family with this shit, so like.
So you say that's your motivation?
Yeah, that's my motivation.
Okay.
Is helping my family, my loved ones, and everybody who deserves it.
When it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
That's a great question. I mean, honestly, as long as I feel like I helped somebody, I'm okay. Yeah. Like, honestly, bro, like, God forbid I could pass tomorrow and be satisfied with what I did for some people, but that's not my end goal. Like, I want to keep this going. I want to go like, oh my, if I tell you the blueprint to what I want this shit to be, man, like, I feel like it's $1 billion idea in my opinion. I don't know, but yeah, like, honestly, I just want to be known for like my name, like who I am, like as a person, not what I did.
What would you say would be the most important lesson you've learned so far?
I would say that the most important lesson that I have for myself is that
that's a question that makes you think.
Because like the most important lesson would definitely have to be like that I should only ask for help if I actually need it. Only get help if I need it. Like before, like when I first started out, I was just getting help, like, cause I wanted people to be involved. But there was a lot of help that I didn't need, and I could have did some of that stuff like myself or with this amount of people. So like, yeah, it'll definitely be that, and like time is way more valuable than money. Time is the most valuable thing on earth to me. Like, I cannot waste time, but I can waste money and I could get that back. I cannot get time back. Like, I can't get that shit back. So like, time is really the most valuable thing to me, and I look at it like losing money won't make you lose time, but losing time can make you lose money. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, two negatives is definitely not going to make them both.
Time is priceless.
Time is really priceless.
What advice would you give somebody who's up and coming in the media business?
Most definitely, only get help when you need help. That's one. Another thing is take your time with your thoughts. Like, in everything you do with a purpose. Do like literally everything you do it with a purpose towards that, or towards like yourself. Like, just everything, just do it with a purpose. That's really number one. Don't just do something like just because. And another thing is definitely find your own identity and try to keep it, because one thing that will really happen is people will try to change your identity like all the time. So like, really just stay true to your mind. Like, really just like everything you do with a purpose. Stay true to your mind and only get help when you need help. Everything else, yeah, just do your thing, cuz. Like, fact, go crazy.
What's next with you?
So next, I guess I can do a little spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, man. This thing it's been held in for probably like a year now, but finally got all the ducks aligned and first shoot date scheduled. But we are having a roasting show coming. Yeah. So like with the roasting show, it's going to be. Do you remember Yo Mama off MTV?
Yeah.
So like in the way of that setup, it's that setup is called like it's like a tournament bracket in a way. So like the roasting will be a tournament bracket. So you'll have like one side, it'll be 3 rounds. One side you battle. The best ones get put on camera, and whoever gets to that final round like gets on camera in that round. So yeah, we'll basically just have like head to head, just roasting jokes. Like you just gotta like random people. Like it's gonna be a crowd. So we're gonna be like, yo, everybody pull up to this location. We have a roasting battle. Whoever wanna roast, just get in the pit. Fuck it, boom. So it's just really gonna be on some like everybody pull up, random as fuck. Like in a park, it could be at a venue, like literally anywhere. Like we just gonna have some fucking roasting battles. Final battle, you know who you're roasting against, so you got your jokes ready. So you gotta go crazy.
Okay, yeah. I'm tuning into that. That's something different. That's really something different. I'm tuning into that.
Yeah.
Alright. What would you say is your favorite quote? Like something that sticks out to you.
Benjamin Franklin. God helps themselves. I mean, God's help people. Benjamin Franklin said, God helps people who helps themselves. So, and every time I hear that quote, like I was just like, bro, you could pray for something all you want, but if you're not working towards that shit, God is just gonna be like, bro, like it's waiting for you to get it. So like my mentality is always like pray, hope for the best, but always prepare for the worst. And that Benjamin Franklin quote really is like the way I live my life. Like I can pray all I want for something, but if I'm not working towards it, God is not going to reward me with it. So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Any shout outs?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my whole team, man. Shout out to goddamn Alex, Hansioko, Jebediah, you already know his name. Vincent, Lil Final Flash, Mecca, Taylor, Bree, Sam, man, Kayla. That's my dog. She probably in the room right around the corner with my brother right now. Whatever, man. But yeah, man. Shout out to the whole team, and definitely shout out to my big brother Uzi, sound engineer, and yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's fucking with the reach, man. Like y'all really got it 3 years in right now. Like we're 3 years in, so thank y'all for that. Y'all did that shit. Thank you.
Where can we follow you on social media?
My social media is at Chifyechi, Chifyechi. Yeah. And that's all on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Goddamn. Yeah. Everything. But yeah. And follow the Reach too, at the Reach TV.